Alright, whether you have Quest 3 or Quest 2, it's almost mandatory that you get certain accessories like a head strap to make long VR gaming sessions viable. Meta does include this piece of cloth, but it doesn't do it justice. This current generation of hardware, especially with Quest 3 drains the battery faster than ever. Hopefully within the next generation, we get some big steps in efficiency when it comes to the chipset, especially when using things like Quest Games Optimizer, mixed reality games, or opt to use the 120Hz option with the refresh rate. With making this video, Kiwi Design reached out and sent over two products from their Quest 3 line, their Comfort battery head strap and their Knuckle Grip cover with the battery opening. I've been testing out the products for about a week and a half and I want to give my opinion on them. First, I'll talk about the head strap itself and then move on with the Knuckle Grips, and I'll always give you my honest raw opinion regardless of the subject. The Kiwi Design battery strap comes in at $59.99 USD. On their website, at times you'll be able to catch a $10 discount. The head strap is priced very closely to BOBOVR M3 Pro, and I'll be drawing my comparisons to both head straps and my old Elite head strap for Quest 2. Installation is pretty straightforward. You attach the top head strap and arms, put on the back memory foam interface, and you're good to go. Kiwi Design's head strap shares a lot of similarities with what you see on Meta's Elite head strap, apart from the great value and good price. You don't get ripped off with Kiwi. It's a pretty good deal with what you get. From the build to the materials, it doesn't feel cheap. Personally, I prefer this head strap over the M3 Pro already a week in, as it's more of an athletic type of fit than the over-the-top halo strap that gently sits on your head. It all comes down to personal preference and use cases. Not every head strap is universal to every head, and it depends what the universe blessed you with. Personally, I am more active with my Quest and I mostly play rhythm games like Beat Saber, Smash Drums, Ragnarok, or FPS titles. In terms of headset shakeage, it is noticeably less prone to moving around with what you get with the BOBO head strap. Each head strap from whichever brand takes some getting used to. As someone that used the Elite strap on Quest 2 until the little plastic thing on top broke, I for one love the Kiwi head strap design, but it has its pros and cons. Kiwi's head strap does push more up against your face compared to the M3 Pro, and some people might find it uncomfortable, but one benefit from it is that the screen will be closer to your eyes, allowing for a slightly better perceivable field of view, and you'll be able to see the edges of the screen. Whereas if comfort is your priority, the M3 Pro's Halo head strap is still king. Another aspect that I like from the Kiwi's head strap is that the hinge, you can use it in two different ways. You can slant the hinge so the head strap sits more comfortably on top of your head, or just flat across the entire plane so it's pushed up directly on your face. Next up, let's talk about the battery. The battery bank is on the back, and its capacity is just at 6400 milliampere hours, 3.85 volts, or 24.64 watt hours. Its internal battery charges at 5 volts 2 amps, which is 10 watts, and the output is 5 volts 2.4 amps, which is 12 watts. It's able to keep up with Quest 3 regardless of what you're playing for about 2 to 4 hours. Charging the battery from 0 to 100 will take a lot of time, as it's rather slow. Around 25% battery capacity, the Kiwi will start making buzzing and hissing sounds, but it's perfectly safe as other alternative brands experience this as well. It's just annoying. Compared to the M3 Pro, it's less annoying, but it's still present. Also, the battery doesn't really heat up as much compared to BOBOVR battery packs. It has a larger surface area. Let's say you're lying down on a pillow or on a soft surface, where on the back where the battery is located, it doesn't really heat up as much. The most I've experienced is a little warmth to the touch. If you're using this head strap laying down, it's not that bad either, but the default strap included would suffice. Every strap that has the battery located on the back has similar issues. Compared to the M3 Pro, it barely beats it, as the M3 Pro is not necessarily uncomfortable, but a little awkward and more prone to shift from place to place. The strap on the Kiwi is a little bit flatter and stiffer so that the screen in front of you stays upright and it doesn't move as much. One thing I wish Kiwi borrowed from the M3 Pro, or that we see in the next iteration, is a braided cable, as it's a lot more durable and gives you peace of mind. The cable on the Kiwi strap should last, but every time you adjust the dial on the back with the included cable management thing on the side, it puts pressure where the cable starts, and it starts to bend. The cable feels a lot like the cable that came with Quest 2 or Quest 3. I forgot how the Quest 3 cable feels as I lost it. It has the usual rubbery texture, but it does come with a 2-year warranty, which is impressive, as not even Meta offers that. Certain things you will have to take into mind with Kiwi Comfort Design's head strap is that every time you take it off, you'll have to repeat the process over and over again, as you know, it gets a little bit off compared to something like Halo head straps, which the dial on the back usually fixes it. And also with the Kiwi head strap, you also lose the ability to use it like a visor. The visor mode isn't make it or break it. It only works when you're completely still and should be explored on other head straps as an added feature. Overall, I really like the Kiwi Comfort Headstrap and would recommend it to those who like a tighter fit and the most possible FOV. Lastly, let's talk about the Knuckle Grips. I haven't been a big fan as I previously purchased these grips from another brand from Best Buy for Quest 2. I thought it was a gimmick and it wasn't for me. These from Kiwi are entirely different. Not only are they really well made from the build to the material, but essential especially to every Quest 3 owner. It gives you a tighter grip on the Touch Plus controllers, and like I said, for rhythm games and FPS shooters that I usually play, it makes the experiences feel tighter. If you have shaky hands, it kind of helps. It gives the controller some weight, but manageable to not hinder whatever you do on a daily basis. It takes some getting used to. It doesn't hinder tracking at all, apart from the already plagued issues that come with removing the tracking rings. I play Beat Saber often, and with this accessory, I see myself getting the exact same scores. Not as good as Quest 2, but a little bit improved in areas where the game decides to spam a series of notes in your direction. Whether you are laying down or standing up, it feels good to use. And I would say it's a good alternative to people who use claw grip and relieve some strain that your hands typically get from being in a fixed position at all times. You can stretch your hands and have the controllers at hand. The rubber does give the palm of your hand better tactile so they don't just slip away if you do end up sweating a lot. And these grips also have a battery compartment so that you don't have to take it on and off. It's really easy to use, and it comes with a plastic tab so you don't have to remove the silicone over and over to swap in a AA battery with another AA battery. And it's way better and it feels of quality, unlike the previous straps that I purchased. I was surprised that I didn't buy these sooner, and I don't see myself going back. And yeah, that's all. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like, comment any other questions you still have about the accessories, and I'll try my best to answer them. And I'll see you in the next video. See ya.